In Courseden, you're going to go to your course, and you're going to go to the content area. Here, you'll see where it says click in here to purchase your textbook. You're going to click right here, and it'll open up this new window. Now, if this doesn't come up on your computer, it's most likely because your cookie setting in your browser settings is too high, so make sure to take that down if you don't see anything come up here. But I'm going to click on the Connect button, and it'll take me into Connect. For you, you'll have to go through a process where you enter an email address, a password, as well as entering your payment options. But what you'll see right here is that if you'd like a loose leaf copy of the text, you can click over here and pay $15, and that includes shipping, and we'll send it to you. But here are all of your assignments. And you'll see week 3 is where a lot of this starts. And if you go into chapter 1 where it says LS, this is SmartBook. And it'll take a second to load right here. It's loading an entire chapter of a book. You can just click through this really quick where it's kind of showing you how to use SmartBook, but since I'm showing it myself right now, you don't have to look at that. But it'll put you in the reading immediately. If you hover your mouse over here, you'll see that this yellow shaded arrow will pop up. If you click on that, it'll take you to highlights in the text. And this is what the author team has determined are the most important parts that you read initially when going through the text. So let's say you read all these highlights. You'll know that you're at the end because it'll send you back to the beginning, and you'll see this turn. And what you can do at this point is go to the practice area, and this is the actual graded part. Now there's a coach that may pop up, and if that annoys you, what you can just do is mute it, and then you won't hear it again. If you keep clicking pause, it'll consistently come up, so just click the mute button. Mine is muted at this point, so you won't see it. But in this chapter, you'll see the goal for you is to get 20 questions correct. You're not penalized for getting anything incorrect, so just go through and answer these as best you can, and also as honestly as you can. So, among other things, the FAIR test in communications helps you examine, I have no idea. So I'm just going to click no idea, look at your answers, and then move on to the next one. I'm just going to go through here and answer some of these just to show, this is going to be credibility. And you see I got that right. Now I only have 19 questions correct in order to get 100 on the assignment. So I'm going to keep going through answering these. Again, I wasn't sure on that, but I still got it correct. So again, it doesn't help you at all to be dishonest with these and just saying I know it, I know it, I know it every time that you enter an answer. That'll actually make it harder for you later. So I'm going to show you what happens. I'm going to go through here a few more no ideas. And what's really cool about this is now the ebook will actually start to change for each one of you individually. So now if I go back to the read area, you'll see I got a question correct on credibility. So now it's highlighted in green, which means that I understand that topic, so I don't need to study that as much, whereas this yellow area is an area that I still need to focus my study time on. So you'll see a bit more of the text has been highlighted because I missed a lot of questions, but again, some of the questions that I've gotten correct are now in green. So the idea is, again, to go through, do it the best you can in the practice area, and then go back and read based off of what you know. After all this, if you would like to read the text normally, you can just click Turn Highlights Off and then scroll through with this arrow, and it reads just like the normal textbook. So that's how you would read the text normally. Again, to see the highlights, you have to turn them back on. One thing I want to point out in here is if you open this navigation pane to leave the assignment, you just click here to leave the assignment. But if you click on the My Reports area, there's one thing that I think is really good for you as a student is these practice quizzes. If you're having a test on, say, these 4 chapters, you'll see it gives you 428 possible questions that you can select from, and I'm just going to make it pull 50 random questions out of those 428 for me, and it'll give me a full quiz of 50 questions from those chapters, which is pulling random questions out of the question bank that we have available. So it's a great way to study. I'm going to leave the assignment now, show some of the other things in here. Next are the normal drag and drop activities. So if I click right here on a homework activity, looks like you have unlimited attempts at it. So you can do this as many times as you need to in order to get 100, so there's no excuse for not getting 100 on it. So what you're going to do is put the mouse on one of these boxes. You'll see that it says meeting deadlines, getting work done by deadlines. And you're going to drag and drop these into the area that it fits. Once you've done that, what a lot of people don't realize is at the bottom here there's a button to check your work. So what this does is it lets you know whether you're right or wrong, but it doesn't give you the correct answer. So I know immediately that these are correct and these are incorrect, so that way you're not having to submit it a ton of times in order to know that you're on the right track. So once I'm done, I can just submit it and it'll give you a grade. You'll see it right here. I got a 20% on it. So I'm going to go back to the assignment list. Lastly, they aren't shown yet, but you'll also have grammar activities here in the Achieve area. They'll be assigned here, but it's very much like SmartBook, except you're given a little pre-test on a grammar concept. Then you're given information by video or by slides that's targeted based off of how well you did on the grammar portion. And then after that, you're given a post-test. And again, you have to get 100% on that in order to get 100. So just make sure you complete it. So this is on the writing process.
Your learning session
Again, I'm just going to mute her so I don't have to hear that. And first, it's going to give me this pre-test. I'm going to go through and answer these really quick. Say no idea. And once you go through this pre-test, it's going to go to the focus area. So now I'll have these targeted resources. Can you see I'm up to 1%? I need to get to 100%. And you can just go through all these. Once you do, continue. You'll see that I had a ton because I missed everything. But now you'll be given the opportunity to get up to 100% again through answering these questions. So that's how the Achieve assignments work.